What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar, and this is episode number 42 of the BadKidCast. This episode has been brought to you by youtube.com/lakalacas. Link is in the description. Guys, I have seen a lot of Fortress Craft videos because I own that game. And this guy is one of the most amazing builders ever. And he puts music to his builds. And when you see these builds, it's hard to believe that this was created in my game. Even if you're a hardcore fanboy, you can watch these videos. Even if you don't play Fortress Craft, you can watch his videos and have a huge appreciation and amazement at what he's created. So I suggest you check him out. And our second sponsor for today's episode is from Texas Dro. He is a great rapper, and he's actually done some Tech 9 stuff, and Tech 9 himself actually tweeted that out. So I want you to check out the Fortress Craft dude and the rapper. They're amazing stuff. They're our sponsors for today, and their shit is in the description. Let's start the show.
You are now watching another BadKidCast with Killer Keemstar and Only Use Me Bleed.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar, and this is episode 41 or 42?
I think it's 42.
42 of the BadKidCast.
And I see you guys on the Twitter and on the YouTube comments. We didn't forget about BadKidCast. I had to go to California and scheduling and stuff, so you guys are acting like fiends for the cast.
Yo, I had somebody tweet me saying, your numbers are falling. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, if you don't do another BKS will be ruined. I'm like, what are you talking about? The numbers are falling. This dude said that we were number 2 on Spreaker, which is the Android app, and we dropped down to like number 15 or something.
Oh no! My world's falling apart.
We haven't done an episode in like 5 days, so the views on the BKS as a whole have dropped. Oh no, we're destroyed.
Oh no.
No,
no!
We shouldn't act like that because we should feel blessed that we have loyal fucking fans that are like literally fucking flaming us because there hasn't been a show lately, you know?
Yeah, and it's not because we don't feel like doing it. It's because we've been super busy with that real life stuff.
With that IRL.
That
If you don't know, BadKidCast is the audio cast that you listen to while you game. We are available on Android, iTunes, and here on YouTube.
Bam.
So, where the fuck did you go?
I went to sunny, beautiful California for Activision's reveal of the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer.
Now, a lot of people have been asking me, why wasn't I there? I just want to get into that first. We filmed a BadKidCast before you left, but we fucked up on the audio.
And plus, I wasn't a huge fan of what we were put out. It wouldn't have been quality, but at the same time, the audio was fucked up.
So I had an IRL meeting in real life, so I ended up giving my pass to Dylan, and apparently, when Dylan got his tags, it said, like, Killer Keemstar, like he was Killer Keemstar.
So, yeah, originally my +1 was Keem, and then Keem couldn't go, so we worked it out so that Dylan could take his pass. But so the name was already printed, Killer Keemstar as the YouTube name, but his real name was Dylan, his name. You know,
Dylan is the luckiest motherfucker in the world because it was like 18 and up, and he got kicked out at the very last hour.
Yeah, like the last hour, I start getting these phone calls and these texts like frantically from Dylan. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm playing right now. What's up? And so we end up meeting up. And there's this dude that works for Activision. He's like, "Yeah, is this your +1?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, the problem is that he's not allowed to be here." I'm like, "He is allowed to be here. Like, I cleared it up with my guy that like works for Activision."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No." You know what he told me? He said that the son and daughter of the owner of Activision was at an event, and I had to kick the son and daughter out. So, like, to prove to me that that there's just no exceptions or whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, you didn't kick the fucking
Yeah,
owner of
yeah.
Activision's kids out of an event, dude. You didn't do that. If you did, I'm surprised you still have a job.
Dude, when I hear stuff like X-Jaws isn't old enough or Dylan isn't old enough, like, I laugh because it just, seem like adults to me. Like, they're not, they don't.
Yeah. And it's not like there's like strippers and stuff like that there. It's Call of Duty. Like, why does Call of Duty act like no one under the age of 18 plays their game? I don't get that.
You said this one thing that was so money once about X-Jaws, and it's kind of the way I feel about Dylan, right? You said something like, you feel X-Jaws is going to turn 21 before everyone. Like, he's just going to get it. Like,
oh, yeah, because for whatever reason,
like the
there's
DMV's just going to be like, okay, Sam, you know what? You can be 21.
For the longest time, X-Jaws had the hookup on everything. He was able to do things or get into places or meet with people that I didn't think you could actually meet up with.
When he was 16 and like 17, like X-Jaws was fucking swinging deals, dude.
Yeah. So it's a situation where I feel that X-Jaws is going to have the hookup on turning 21 early, you know?
X-Jaws gave me the hookup recently on the Rust, dude. On the Rust. I've been at a war, fucking physical, real fucking war with Rust Dynasty. If you don't know what that is, it's this clan that brags about stream sniping. Do you know what stream sniping is?
I have no idea what that is.
Stream sniping is when a person in DayZ, right, is streaming. And then people that are watch the stream find out what the server is and go kill him because they know his location. That's stream
That's
sniping.
so scumbaggy. I hate that. People join Call of Duty games with people that stream and try to like kill them. It's annoying. Like,
Well,
why?
in Call of Duty, it happens so fast, you know what I mean? And there's kills all the time.
Yeah.
So if the stream's even 5 seconds behind, even though you're screen watching, you really don't have that much of an advantage. But with a game that's like really, really slow and like a giant world and you're spaced out, it's so fucking cheating to stream snipe.
Yeah.
You know, so this is what was going on with Rust, right? These guys were finding streams and then going attacking them because they knew like the inside out. So I started putting it on blast, and I ended up like fucking breaking into my old house that they took over, stole their loot, all this drama fucking induced. And they ended up convincing the moderators that I was a hacker and got me kicked off.
So the dudes that are being douchey, trying to screen watch you and kill you, reported you?
Reported me
That's
for
so
hacking
scummy.
when I wasn't hacking, right? Got me banned. So now I have like a bunch of YouTubers out there getting me extra keys so I can get keys on like for backups. Like this is a whole big out war. And you know what I did? I ended up getting this actor friend of mine to go into their TeamSpeak. Do you know what a TeamSpeak is?
No.
A TeamSpeak is like a Skype, but it's just like for the group.
Okay.
All right. I got a fucking actor to go in and impose as Gary's mod, like the maker of Rust, and act like he was Gary. Go into their TeamSpeak and fucking tell them that all their members were hackers and got the fucking owner of their clan to kick a bunch of people out.
That's
and I
crazy.
recorded the whole thing.
That's awesome. Is there a video for it?
I haven't put the video out yet, but
Dude, sometimes you sit on gold. We've talked about this before, but I have to get the footage from you to do the epic mealtime video.
yeah.
I gotta remember to grab it from you.
I cut you off. I'm sure like the fans are probably interested in what happened at COD Go. So go ahead and elaborate.
What do you want to hear?
I mean, I don't know. You were going somewhere, and then I jumped in and cut you off about the Dylan thing.
So Dylan ended up getting kicked out with about an hour left in the event. So we had already been there for like 6 hours. So it's not like he missed anything.
And
you know?
wasn't Dylan trying to leave?
What do you mean trying to leave?
Like at that point, he was like going to take off.
He's probably going to take off at that
That's
point.
what he told me. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's that. The way it worked is that there was the keynote speech, which everyone saw on streaming and on YouTube, where they revealed everything about the game, and then all the people in the audience actually got to go in and play the game, and that was awesome. It's an awesome experience to play the game, but here's the issue. The game, like, a lot of stuff, nothing was unlocked. Like, there's very few things unlocked, so everyone was kind of using the same guns and stuff, the same kill streaks, and also we were playing on Xbox One controllers with no aim assist.
What do you mean no aim assist?
Do you know what aim assist is?
Is that where like when you point at someone, it kind of helps you out a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you're playing with a controller, you need that, especially with games online.
Right.
And so there's no aim assist, so that was kind of annoying.
Why was there no aim assist? It just hasn't been built yet?
No, it's because we actually played a PC version of the game with Xbox One controllers controlling it.
So they couldn't figure out how to get the thing in it.
I don't know the whole situation.
Like, so PC version doesn't have the aim thing?
Because you normally use a mouse and you
Yeah.
can just directly click to where you need to go to. Let's see, what else is there? I don't know. The game's fun, but it's hard to tell what the game's going to be like without everything unlocked.
Here's one thing that everyone's going to want to know, right? What is the Xbox One controller like?
It's like the Xbox 360 controller.
There's no difference?
There's a little bit of difference, but it's similar.
Yeah, really easy to learn.
Yeah, if you played on Xbox 360, you're going to be just fine on the Xbox One.
Now, a story that you told me that I think our audience would really enjoy is basically how you were playing against, like, people that play...
Okay, I'll explain
Okay.
this. So, throughout the day, there's a section of this huge auditorium where they have laptops so that some of us could record so we can upload to YouTube. You've probably been, people that are subscribed to Call of Duty people on YouTube have probably been spammed with videos.
Yeah.
So there was 24 computers in this little section, so we would play there, right? But we'd like cycle kind of in and out. Now, the thing is that if you play Call of Duty, especially like a person that plays Call of Duty online, you want to play against bad players and just dominate them.
Yeah.
The pub stompers, we're not ashamed to admit that. Like, in order to get these insane games where we get these really, really high kills, low deaths, you want to play against bad players. The thing is like, everyone was playing against pro players and commentators. Like, one game, I was playing against FaZe Cross and Nade Shot.
Yeah.
And that shit's not fun. I've played against Nade Shot drunk one time. That was the worst experience of all time at Billionaires Challenge 2.
Yeah.
And playing against Nade Shot sucks. Nade Shot's cool in my book, but I hate playing against him. He's a pain in the ass. Because he's extremely good. It seems like he's moving faster than everybody else.
Right.
So, throughout the day, and as you notice, most people weren't putting up gameplays, they were putting up clips that they got. Because it's almost impossible to get a good gameplay unless you're, like, godly against
other fucking YouTubers.
Other YouTubers and other pro players. I was playing against people from Envy that were
Yeah.
just destroying us. Anyway, so, we cycle in, we cycle out, and then near the end of the day, a lot of the people were like, fuck it, we got our footage, we're going to go back to the hotel. There was free drinks at the event. So everyone was kind of relaxing, right? And I kept on asking, like, can I get back in? I want to play as much as possible.
Right.
I love Call of Duty. I want to play as much as possible. So the guy who was, like, dictating who gets to sit where or whatever, he's like, listen, I don't know if I can get you in. But if there's a spot available, I'll get you in. But we have to get these press people in. Now, the press people are people that run blogs, people that write little editorials, people that don't necessarily play Call of Duty.
They're casual gamers.
Very casual gamers. And so I got to play against these casual people that never really play Call of Duty in general. And I'd also been playing for about 3 hours before this, so I kind of got the game, like, the characteristics of it down, right?
Yeah.
So when I played against them, I destroyed them. Destroyed them. Now, let me just explain something. There is a 9-kill streak, right? It's called the Juggernaut Maniac.
Okay.
And what it is that once you get it, you throw down a care package and then you unlock it, right? And what it is that you don't have any guns, you just have a knife. You move at like twice the speed, you get 300% health, and you basically run around like a maniac knifing people. It takes like a full clip of a gun to kill you.
So they basically made this for you.
Pretty much, yeah.
No wonders why they wanted you there.
And so, but it's hard to get to 9 points or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I finally got to 9 points against these players in this game mode called Cranked. And you would like Cranked. This is what Cranked is, okay? You're playing just like a regular TDM. When you kill someone, it starts a timer at 30 seconds. If you let that timer hit 0, the C4 on your body just blows up and kills you. So you have to keep moving and you have to keep on getting kills.
You can't camp for 30 seconds.
No, if you camp for 30 seconds, you die.
Oh, okay.
So when you get a kill, you want to get a kill like immediately afterwards because that time and the timer's on the screen, so it's counting down. So when you get to like 10 seconds, you're like, "Fuck! I need to find someone to kill."
I think it's funny that they called it Cranked because it's like almost like you're on drugs. You gotta like.
Well, yeah, like have you ever seen the movie Crank?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of concept. And so I'm not joking. I was playing Cranked, and I got to this point where I needed one more kill for my maniac, right? And it was like 10 seconds left. And I'm like, fuck! So I'm like running around trying to find someone. And I actually thought about shooting because I'm not on my Blade account. I'm like, fuck it, I want to get this maniac kill streak super bad, right? I see a dude. I'm like, cool. I start running up to him. My fucking teammate behind me shoots past me and kills him. And I'm like, fuck! So it's like, there's like 5 seconds left, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? I see a dude running, like, super far away. I'm like, fuck it, let's try it. So I start running, and I get to him with about a second left, and I kill him.
Nice.
So restarts the timer back up to 30 seconds. I call in the care package. While I'm waiting for the care package to knife another person, then I get the maniac thing, and then I just go ham.
So were like the other YouTubers watching you play, like rooting you on?
Yeah, the thing, I didn't know this because I was so in the zone, but there was Muzzafuzza and Drifter were standing behind me along with some other people, and they were watching me go ham. I was actually standing, like you're sitting in a chair, I was actually standing playing because I was so pumped up. And I didn't realize that there was people watching me behind me because I was so in the zone.
Yeah.
For that 3 minutes or whatever, when I was getting the streak and then I actually got the streak to end the game, I was in a whole nother world.
I mean, I know
that's why I play Call of Duty, for those moments.
I know it was a bigger kill streak than what happened in Billionaires Challenge, but I can picture it being kind of like the Billionaires Challenge 1 where you had like the 5-piece against like all those guys.
This was way bigger, way more epic than that.
Yeah, but I just like, for that moment, like everyone's just like, whoa, because you're like, I don't know, everybody loves an underdog story. You run around with a fucking knife, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but
so
there was like 3 things that happened, drama related, with this whole thing going on. First of all, Thunder and T Martin were like beefing
okay.
through the whole thing. Did you see that?
No.
I'm not sure what was going on. Like, T Martin tried to reach out to Thunder. Thunder was like, fuck you, some shit like that. I don't know what they were fighting about. Thunder ended up like contacting T Martin again. T Martin blocked him. Then T Martin said, I unblocked you, bro. I tried calling you. Call my cell phone number.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Everyone was like telling Thunder to call him. I don't know what the beef was about.
Well, Thunder always takes jabs at T, though. You know what I mean?
And then we had Impact. You know how they were like the fucking all hyped up on Adderall, fucking yelling and screaming at fucking Hastro.
Yeah.
We talked about it in the last cast, but the last cast
thing
got
didn't go
ruined
up,
and
yeah.
we didn't upload it. But anyhow, they got like uninvited to the COD Ghost fucking, yeah.
No shit.
They got uninvited because of that. Is that some shit?
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was that one thing. And then...
Can I say... Okay. Stop. I mentioned this in my commentary that I did about Call of Duty Ghosts, but I think this was really shitty, okay? So, I'm sitting there, and some of the computers were having issues with the capture cards, right?
Okay.
So, they sat a bunch of people down, and this girl that was sitting next to me, she's kind of a cunt, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know who she is. Please stop asking me, because I honestly don't know who she is. I'm not trying to conceal her identity. I don't know who the hell she is, right?
Let's find the bitch.
So she was like, to the tech guy, he's like, hey, it's not recording what's going on. Mm-hmm. Like, there's like some kind of error. And he's like, yeah, that one's not recording. What you can do is you can just play, just play, have fun or whatever. And then the next game will get you on another device that does record. But for this game, just hang out, just play, have fun. You can still play, right?
Okay.
People are waiting in line to play this game. And because the guy said that she couldn't record for one game, she was like, nah, I'm cool, and got up and left.
What?
Yeah. She wanted to record so bad. She looked like bothered to be there, you know what I mean? And she wanted to record, obviously, for whatever YouTube channel she has. But because...
Are you sure she wasn't a blogger type person?
She might have been, I don't know.
What did she look like?
Mousy, blonde, tiny.
Yeah, there's no way that bitch is a commentator. We know who the fuck she was. In fact, that she got invited.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter but I think it's shitty. You know how many people would give everything, Call of Duty fans, to be able to play Call of Duty Ghost this last Wednesday or whatever, right? People would do so many crazy things just for the opportunity to play it for 5 minutes.
I love the way the sniper looks. You know when
the dual render thing?
I don't know what
it's called dual rendering. When you scope up, typically before when you would scope up in other Call of Duty games, you wouldn't have any peripheral vision. Yeah. This one, it has a little bit of peripheral vision, but it's kind of blurry.
And it looks amazing. I love it. I freaking love it. It looks so cool. So that was one thing. The other thing is, the other drama thing is Modern Warfare Negro. Do you know who that is?
Yes, I do.
Like, I'm becoming... Yo, you guys hit that motherfucker up on Twitter, and I said, yo, let him know. I said, yo, he's on my radar. Like, this dude made a video mocking everybody that went to the event, and it is hysterical.
I gotta see this.
Primarily, he's picking on T. Martin, And, okay, so here's the thing. I love racist people because I think it's hilarious.
Oh,
And,
Modern Warfare Negro is like the most racist person I know.
and he is like, this motherfucker hates white people, and it is hysterical. Like,
I want to see this video he's talking
when
about.
it comes to racist people, I'm not racist with my racist people. I like all racist people that hate different types of races. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah.
Because races, like, it's the funniest shit when we pick on each other's fucking races. I just find it hilarious.
Yeah.
This motherfucker goes off on T. Martin, and it is hysterical.
Can we
should
watch it?
it.
Yeah,
Let's watch
I gotta
it.
watch this shit.
All right, and we are back. We just watched Modern Negro.
Modern Warfare Negro, and that is hilarious.
I love Modern Warfare Negro. Like, I just seen a few videos of his recently, and he popped up on my radar, and I don't know, dude, I'm in love with the dude. The dude is fucking comedy gold.
What did you, something interesting that was actually kind of a big compliment. What did you say about him?
During the days of FAG, right, Two Bucks was Asian, I'm Caucasian, Duranker's Caucasian, and Robot is Hispanic, and we would say a lot of racist shit, right?
Yeah.
And the problem is we didn't have the defense like, look, dude, we're all different races. We had an Asian guy, we had a Hispanic guy, and 2 Caucasian guys. We didn't have a black leader. We needed a black leader so nobody could call us racist cunts, but we could be racist cunts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we could never find a black dude that was funny. We just found like a bunch of black dudes that weren't funny. So we never had a black leader. And if like FAG were to start today, Modern Warfare Negro would have been the black leader of FAG.
That's awesome.
Because that dude is the guy that we were always looking for. I just tweeted that out too. That is the fucking dude. That shit was hysterical.
I know he's a funny dude. Trying to remember, I forgot how I found him, but I ended up finding him, and I like his videos. He can be a little much sometimes, but I enjoy him though.
Well, the thing is like, I really enjoy asshole comedy,
Yeah.
and he's a fucking asshole, and it's hilarious. You know.
So what'd you do while I was gone there, friend?
Well, I had an IRL meeting that was important, and I've worked out something. I'm going through fucking all kinds of hell on Bad Trip. I'm fucking going through a really shitty time with Bad Trip.
Have you seen the Grand Theft Auto multiplayer stuff?
Yes, it came out the same exact... Actually, the greatest thing about the COD Ghost release is that the Witcher trailer came out, which looks fucking phenomenal. And I've never played Witcher. I don't know what it's about, but it was amazing. Like, I should show you that at some point. The Grand Theft Auto multiplayer shit came out, and Call of Duty Ghosts came out, and Wheels of Redemption all came out the same day. But
I like how you snuck that in there.
they did come out all the same day.
But these are, you're talking about like amazing Class A titles that people have been waiting for years.
Yeah.
And Wheels of Redemption.
No, that would be included in amazing world-class titles.
Sorry, I misspoke. You know something funny? This is interesting, and I never knew this. But there was a tweet by one of these things like Uber Facts or whatever, and a lot of people, once this tweet came to me, sent it to me.
A lot of people send the same tweet to me that apparently you can make a girl orgasm by kissing her.
No, not that one.
Whoa, you haven't got that?
No, I've gotten that one, but the thing that they said is they go, people tend to say that's crazy when they're not listening to the story.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But how many times have we been doing the story and you'll get done telling some long, insane thing, and I'm like, that's crazy. Or like,
Yeah,
I'll
say
say
the
something
same.
and you'll be like, that's crazy. And there'll be like this awkward silence.
I don't know. Our minds are moving way too fast, and usually the people that you find the most intelligent are the people that listen. Because we don't listen. Like, there's a lot of people, like, I'll use Drifter for an example. I don't know Drifter well. I think I've met him once in real life, right?
Oh, okay.
But Drifter listens to everything that you say.
Okay.
He works at a different pace than most people, and he listens to everything you say. And I think people that listen tend to be more intelligent.
That's good.
I don't listen to shit, but
exactly.
I'm not stupid.
No,
I don't
Drifter was one of the dudes that like witnessed me go on this ham streak.
Have you ever had a conversation with him?
Yeah,
He listens to every single thing that
that's
you say.
that's a good quality in a person.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
I
know you don't.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of other people that do that in our COD community. I'd say, believe it or not, Woody. Woody will sit there and fucking have you talking on the phone or whatever the fuck you're doing for like ever.
Yeah.
Right? He talks a lot, but he'll listen to almost every... I'm trying to think of who else. Nobody listens to anyone anymore. There's very few people that actually just...
I've said this before, but we listen with the intent to talk. Like, it's almost like
Yeah.
we're waiting our turn to talk, and for whatever reason, we have to wait for other people before we can talk.
I'm trying to think of... I really don't know anyone that listens to people. It's like... It's almost like... Have you ever watched a commentary? Right? You're watching a commentary on YouTube, and at the end of it, you have no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
Well, it's the same thing as eating a meal. Sometimes you'll eat a whole meal, and afterwards, you're like, I don't even remember what that tasted like.
Dude, I need to start being a fucking, like, manager or scout. Like, I got into a Skype call with this random dude that doesn't really make YouTube videos, and he had this voice that was really slow, and it was like you had to follow with it. It was, like, the most amazing voice. And he wasn't saying anything important, but I was, like, listening to everything he said just by the way he was presenting his talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, why aren't you a commentator? You have, like, the perfect voice for it. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It should be about content. It should be about what people are saying. But, like, if I go off on a rant and I start fucking saying, fuck this person, and it's just start fucking talking shit, like, a lot of people just instantly block that shit out. They don't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
Well, I mean, with stuff, listening to people on YouTube, listening to people over the internet...
Like, this
you have
podcast, nobody is listening to what we're saying, bro. They're playing their game. They want chat in the background.
Yeah.
I could say some shit like, the Holocaust was amazing. Not even going to see one comment about it, because you didn't hear it.
Well, now you're going to see a comment. Now you're going to see a comment about it, but that's... But
obviously, the Holocaust was not amazing.
Super bummer.
It was a super bummer. It was a super bummer.
That should be an awesome shirt. The Holocaust, super bummer.
That is fucking hysterical.
You're a real downer, Hitler.
I seriously think you just made like $5,000 in T-shirt sales.
Hitler, such a downer.
We're so putting that in the... Why don't we need to have a T-shirt shop, and we need to have that shirt.
Super downer. The Holocaust, a super downer.
No, super bummer is way better.
Super bummer.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can't really be mad about that because super bummer means something really sucks. And basically, you're making a statement saying the Holocaust sucks. So how could you really be mad at that?
You can't be mad at it, but, like...
You know what emo...
Bummer, really?
You know what I read? You know what emo tears are?
What?
It's oh no, not emo tears. Emo commas.
Don't you hate when you're about to say something, like you're excited that you found some new thing out, and then when you go to explain it, you fuck up like that?
I just did.
I hate that. That's the worst. We all do that.
You know,
we get super excited to share something, and then we just fuck it up.
You know what emo jizz is?
What?
Emo jizz is cum mixed with tears. I read that on Facebook. Can I say I'm addicted to this thing called Candy Crush now?
No.
Dude.
You're not allowed.
And I'm actually going to make a video on how to cheat in Candy Crush.
You're not allowed.
Not allowed to what?
I mean, I feel like those games that are attached to your, like, Facebook and, like, I don't know, those games are just so stupid.
Well, this is a game that I play on the iPad, so...
And you play against your Facebook friends?
No. You can. I'm pretty sure you could.
Oh, I thought that's how it was, like, all intertwined or
I think it
shit.
started on Facebook, but now you can just get it on, like, the iOS. But,
what do you do on Candy Crush?
Candy Crush is kind of like Bejeweled.
Oh, gay.
But there's one... Okay, so I was playing this one level, and I was stuck on it for the longest, but I just didn't realize what I was supposed to do. It said you're supposed to get rid of all the jelly, which I think is an awesome phrase, like, get rid of the jelly, like, get rid of the jealous people. But I thought they meant, like, the little jelly mints or whatever. But it meant the jelly on the screen. So I was playing it for like a good 2 hours and couldn't figure it out. And the shitty thing is if you fuck up multiple times, it says you can play again for $1, or you can wait half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I did? I was like, how does it figure that out? I went into my iPad and told it to change the time. So on my iPad right now, it's December 20th. And that gave me like 30,000 hours worth of time or whatever it is.
Oh, nice.
So that it thinks I'm further ahead or whatever.
That is an amazing trick.
It's not cheating, it's time traveling.
It's not cheating, it's time traveling. I'm so sick of fucking cheaters in games, dude. I got accused of being a cheater when I wasn't cheating, and I hate cheaters now. I fucking hate hackers. I hate hack stores. I hate you all. I hate people that get mad because you suck at games and you blame other people to be hacksters. I'm just so mad about that.
If you want to cheat at a single-player game, by all means, go for it.
My developer, all right, and I'm probably never going to go public with who the fuck this is, right? But who knows? It's getting really shitty right now. As you know, I'm working on this game, Bad Trip. Like, this is my baby. This is going to be the big one. All fucking development has come to a screeching halt, right? The developer is working on a different game, a big game, a AAA game, a game for PS4 and Xbox that is a game that you all know, right? So he's like basically blowing off, like getting my game done.
The nerve of that fucking guy.
Well, I don't blame him,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, you're fucking me over. You're fucking, like, the people that bought this over. Like, I need to get this done. Not really done necessarily. It just needs to move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't think Bad Trip is ever going to be done. So I'm, like, battling with him. I'm, like, trying to get a different developer in there. He's giving me, like, a hard time about it. It's, like, so frustrating when you set out to, like, do something amazing, right? And then people trust you. You know what I mean? And other people hold you back. And I'm in this, like, weird situation where this dude doesn't give a fuck, right? This dude doesn't give a fuck about this game getting done. And I'm like, people bought this fucking game. Like, I need it to get done. Like, I need it to move forward. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go through public. So what I was like, look, I'm not going to go through this shit alone. If you do not start working on this fucking game, like, I'm going to put you out there publicly and be like, this dude dropped the fucking ball. Because I don't want to take the hammering by myself. So basically what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to find another developer that has experience with Unity to, like, come in and help out. And
What is Unity?
Unity is, like, the engine that the game is made in.
Okay.
But, like, I'm, like, losing my shit, dude. I'm, like, it's been so stressful. I can't remember the last time that I've been stressed over something on the internet. Because there's, like, 500 people that have purchased Bad Trip, you know? And they're just waiting. And it's not fair to them. It's not fair to anyone.
Yeah, it's interesting though is that, and also it's that plays a part in it. But I also think that that's your baby. You want to get that game out there.
Yeah.
You know what
well,
I mean?
I'm gonna do whatever I can, but like, it's not gonna just not get done. Like, I'm gonna figure out a way, but I don't know. I haven't figured out a way yet, and that's what's freaking me out.
Yeah.
You know? So that's been, like, taking up most of my life these days, is trying to figure out that situation.
Right on. I mean, dude, besides Ghost, I haven't played Call of Duty in like a week.
Dude, I went on and I got a 10 streak kill, like my first game going on, and I was streaming it. And I don't know why that is, but if you don't play the game for a while and you get on, you just start raping people.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, what that's about. I don't know why it does that.
We will be right back.
And we are back.
Biggity biggity back, y'all.
So have you seen the shit that's going down in Egypt?
I have not, sir.
Do you know what happened with Egypt?
I do not know.
There was a thing called the Irish Spring. You've never heard of it?
The body wash?
No,
That's a joke, by the way, but no, I've not, no.
basically, people in the Egypt overthrew their dictator like 2 years ago, and they elected a president, right? All democratically. And what happened is the person that won was part of the Muslim Brotherhood. And he changed their constitution to give himself, like, a dictatorship again. So then there was, like, this coup, like this plan with the military and the people to overthrow that president. So they arrested him. No one knows where he is. He's been arrested. And there's, like, all these riots in the streets. And, like, the Muslim Brotherhood is out there protesting. And basically the government of Egypt's coming out and, like, just shooting people, like, killing a bunch of people.
That's crazy.
Murder them in the streets. So, like, Egypt, ever since its unrest, like, in 2011, has been in a constant state of, like, rioting. Every day is like the purge over there.
Okay. That's crazy. And that's not me saying that's crazy because I'm not caring about what you're talking about. I just think that's a crazy concept.
Like, it's pretty much like a modern country. Like, it's not, they're not, like, dirt poor.
Yeah.
Over in Egypt. It's pretty moderate. And, like, imagine if this happened to the United States, right?
Wasn't that kind of what's happening? I know it's not the same thing, but isn't that kind of what's happening in Detroit?
I guess, but nowhere near as bad. Like, imagine if somehow, some way, hypothetically speaking, I'm not advocating this, please leave me alone, NSA, but imagine if everyone got together and threw out the president and we just wanted to fucking elect somebody else, right? Then we elected someone else, and then our government, or our fucking military, went in and, like, arrested that person. And everyone's on the street, like, trying to figure out who the fucking leader of the country is.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I've always wondered, if the president does something illegal, can he be arrested?
No.
So the president can do whatever the fuck he wants and he can't get arrested?
He can be impeached, but usually the guy that comes in after him just acquits him of all charges.
Pardons him or whatever?
Because that's kind of what happened with Nixon, right? Nixon makes a deal with... I forgot who the fuck came in after Nixon. Now I sound like a retard.
Reagan?
No, it wasn't Reagan.
Carter?
I don't know who the fuck it was.
We should know this.
I should know this.
We're Americans.
It's not Lyndon Johnson because that was after JFK. I know who it is, but I can't think of it. Anyhow, Nixon gets impeached. He makes a deal with the next president that's coming in, and the next president that comes in fucking drops all charges on him. He can never be charged for doing anything wrong. And, yeah, I mean, like, Obama's broken the law.
Okay. Like, how so?
Obama sent a airstrike to kill a U.S. citizen in another country.
Wow. What do you mean? I don't get that. He literally was like, hey, there's a dude I don't like over there, so we're going to airstrike him?
There was an American that was born here that became a terrorist.
Okay.
All right. And he was, like, hooking up with the Bin Laden and all that shit, right? All Al-Qaeda shit. And he was over in the Middle East somewhere with his son, who's also American, was born here in America. And Obama ordered an airstrike to kill him, and they killed him. So
wow.
Even though he was a terrorist, like, he is an American citizen. He has a right to a trial. You can't just go murder someone.
Well,
you know
you
what I mean?
can, but I know. I'm sorry, I'm laughing about that, but you kind of can. Like, they kind of make their own rules at that level of government. They kind of make their own rules.
But I'm saying, like,
if Obama wanted me dead, I'd be dead.
Right. But you asked a question. You said, what happens if the president breaks the law? Presidents have broken the law all the time. Nothing happens. That's my point. So we got that going on in the world. Did you hear about the girl that got, like, raped or whatever?
No.
Basically, friend, there's a family, right? Dad, mother, daughter, and young son. The daughter's, like, 15, 16. The son is, like, 8. And basically, the dad had a good friend of the family that everybody trusted, and he came over and killed the mom, killed the little boy, took the girl with him and, like, raped her and shit, and they ended up killing him, like, days later, and the girl survived.
That's just shitty. That's super shitty.
Yeah.
That's rape. What a bummer, you know?
That's... So that was just the craziest shit, though, like... imagine having someone in your house that you trust, you know, and come to find out they're just an evil cunt and you have no idea.
Super fucked up. Super fucked up, man.
Yep. So that's what's going on in the world.
Well, that's a downer. Why'd you have to harshen the mellow, bro?
I don't know. That's what's going on in the world today.
How come they never show any good news on the news?
I was looking on YouTube for like stuff about gold, and I found a video of earlier this year. This dude found a 1 pound metal nugget in the middle of the desert.
Damn.
It was worth like over $20,000. Just in the ground.
That's
just fucking in
awesome.
the middle of the desert with a metal detector. Beep, beep, beep.
Whoever lost that gold bar is probably heated.
No, they probably didn't lose it. You know what I mean?
Why would there be a gold bar in the middle of the desert?
There's
just
gold.
kicking it?
There's gold nuggets all over, like in the desert and the sand and shit. You just gotta find them. Like there is so much fucking gold in this country. Honestly, we should get metal detectors to go try to find fucking gold. Because there's like dudes that do that for a living. They just walk around in the desert with metal detectors finding gold. You didn't know that?
I knew that there's people with metal detectors that walk around looking for gold. I have this feeling like there's only so much gold in the world. So if we all go looking for it and get it, isn't there going to be a point where we find majority of the gold?
I think there's like tons of gold that we haven't found. I think there's a ton and ton of gold. You know, I have this crazy theory that somehow UFOs and spaceships run on gold. So what they did is they planet like a workforce civilization like here called humans that were just basically like cows on their planet. You know what I mean? They put these humans here because they knew that they could trick them into like thinking that like gold was like some amazing thing, right? So, like, they just left for a couple thousand years, and they're going to come back, and they're going to be like, oh, sweet, you put these all in bars and shit? Like, this is awesome. Thank you.
All right. So, the reason why I'm laughing is because that idea is insane, okay? That's such an out-there way of thinking. I commend you for thinking like that, but you have to be super baked to think of some shit like that.
Well, no, because you have to sit there and look at the world, and you're like, all right, what is one of our main goals to do as human beings? To gather wealth, right? Mm-hmm. What is something throughout time that's always been currency? Gold, all right? Why is gold so important? What is gold good for? What is the like scientific like functionings of gold? And it's really extremely well at sending electrical current. Like way better than like anything else. That's why like when
connectors have gold conductors.
Yeah,
better
and
conductors.
That's why like when you get speakers in a fucking car, like if you get a stereo or whatever, you can actually get gold wiring and it sounds way better. So now that you're looking at that, all right, gold is really an amazing like not a thing that should be money, but a thing that should be used in like electronics, right?
Yeah.
Right? So why do we value this thing that should be in electronics as currency and as money? Why do we do that? Right? There's got to be some reason behind it, right? So why are we here? We don't know why the fuck we're here, right? So there's probably this advanced civilization, what we know to be as God, that are more advanced than us. They came over here, they planted us all down, right, to sit there and fucking mine all the gold and get it out of the fucking dirt and figure out why it's so valuable so the aliens don't have to waste fucking time going through and doing it. And they've probably done this on fucking planets all throughout the galaxy, planted these fucking human beings to make gold the currency. Then they're just going to swing by one day and pick up all the gold from all the places.
So we're just like hard-working factory workers thinking that this is ours, but we're really just miners of it?
We're just miners. We're just putting together all these metal resources for the aliens when they come to like pick it all up.
That's super out there.
I should write a whole fucking movie about that.
Maybe a pamphlet.
A pamphlet?
Yeah.
Why a pamphlet?
Because, I mean, how far can you really go with that?
That's an amazing movie. I want to see that movie.
Maybe if that was the end of the movie, like if that was the realization of it, but like to bring that concept up at the beginning with the title of the movie, that's where can you really go from there?
Basically, this is what would be the movie, right? It's flashbacks throughout history, right? And basically, what happened is a human being was actually somehow reincarnated. And no one knows how this happened, right? And it was the human being that was reincarnated was actually had part alien species and part human species. So he had a little bit more advanced than the normal human being, right? Somehow, this motherfucker ended up being reincarnated, and he was there when the aliens came and planted the first human beings over in Egypt to make pyramids and shit. Like, to bury gold and to, you know, fucking put it in coin form or whatever, right? He was there, right? So he starts having these flashbacks, and the fucking aliens come back, and they start fucking murdering everyone and killing everyone, right? And no one knows why, but this one dude knows why. And he's like the main character, and then the fucking government figures out that maybe this dude has the fucking secret. They fucking go and put him on lion tests, put him in all this stuff. They start like getting into his brain to like figure out what this dude is really like, what his memories are and everything.
Yeah.
And then they come and find out this motherfucker's telling the truth, and they realize that they're basically human beings have just been planted there to get gold, and gold is what they need to run their fucking operational like spaceships and all that. And then based on that, we figure out a way to defeat the people that created us.
Wow.
And then the aliens are up in the spaceship, and they're like, "We have created a monster."
You have my $9.50 to see that movie. Bam. Why do people remember, like, everyone, I don't remember stuff, like, if people always say, back in my day, gas was this much money, I'm like, I don't remember how much gas was back in the day.
Maybe because you smoke too much weed.
That has nothing to do with it.
I remember everything that's happened in my life.
No, you don't.
Pretty much.
No, you don't.
Pretty much.
I'll give you a good example. You were sitting on a chair that is mine in there, and I asked you, why did I give you this chair? And we both couldn't come up with a reason why you have that chair.
Because there wasn't one. You just said, if you want this chair, you can have it.
No, I don't remember saying that.
Yeah. We moved across country, and you said, by the way, Keem, if you want this chair, you can have it, because you already had a chair. And my chair broke.
I don't remember that. But
My chair broke. The back of that fucking chair right over there is broken. It's like this, right? Mm-hmm. You were over here, and you were like, Keem, you know, your chair's broken. I want to hook you up. Take this extra chair that I have.
All right.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't. But
I do.
That's fine. It's no worries.
I remember everything.
You don't watch Breaking Bad, huh?
Oh, you know what? I want to talk about this real quick. Our last episode, I kind of went retarded. I was saying something like, if you took all the United States money and split it up, we'd all have $1 million.
Yeah.
Come to find out, that's way fucking wrong.
It was closer to my guess.
It was way closer to your guess,
Thank you.
I was like, I don't know if I was too high last episode or what the case was, but I was fucking shit up, dude. Like, I went back and listened to it, and I'm like, what the fuck
Can
am I
I
talking
tell you about one time when I was super baked? This is a funny... I completely forgot about this, right? So, I was at a party, and I didn't drink this time. I was just smoking weed, right? And I had smoked a good amount of weed with a bunch of people, right?
Oh, okay.
So then I had rolled up a blunt, and no one was around, and I was listening to a CD that was playing at the house party, right? Mm-hmm. At the end of the song, you know how in rap songs sometimes they have like the guys just talking in the studio or a phone call or whatever, just like as if you're like in the studio with them. There was this one where they were talking about, hey, let's go smoke a blunt, and I was so high that I went outside listening to the song, and I started smoking a blunt. I tried, and in my mind, I was kind of hallucinating a little bit.
You were, like, hanging out with these people that were on the radio.
Yeah. So I was so geeked that I tried to pass the blunt to the person, and...
There was no one there.
There was no one there, but I thought the guy just fumbled it and dropped it. And I was like, Devin, the dude's name is Devin the Dude on the song. I was like, Devin, why'd you drop the blunt? What the fuck?
Whoa! It was that bad?
It was that bad.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the scared of heights high. Don't ever get that high when you're like, just let me down, please. Oh my God, there's this thing. Okay, listen to this. In Brazil, there's this new thing that they're doing. I need to find out what the name of it is, but what it is you go skydiving, right?
Yeah.
And what they do is they throw the parachute pack out of the plane, and then they have to jump out and try to get it.
You would never do that.
Me? No. I don't think any normal human being would ever.
Why do they do that?
For the rush, because you have to jump out of the plane without a parachute. And you need to, like, try to get to the parachute. So you like throw it out, wait a couple seconds, and then jump out and try to get to it.
But what if you go past it?
If you were to go past it, then you would just go completely horizontal, so that you would fall.
Yeah, but still,
You would
like,
fall. You would fall slower than the parachute, so the parachute would catch up with you. It's an insane thing. That's the biggest adrenaline rush I could think of.
how did you find out about it?
Twitter.
So people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're offering this shit." Type
Yeah.
of...
People do it as an adrenaline rush, man. I think living is enough of a problem to complicate.
All right,
life.
there's like one thing when like you're in the X Games and you don't land it right and you fucking bite the dirt and break a couple bones. That's one thing. But what about when you're jumping out of the parachute or jumping out trying to get the parachute and you fucking I caught it like 100 other times. Just this one time, I couldn't get the fucking angle right. Couldn't get it on, and now I'm dead. Like what the fuck?
I wonder. There's been things where there's some people that have been like wasted on airplanes, and they're like the airplane like does something in the atmosphere and like they fall from the sky, you know, and because they were so drunk and fucked up, their body was so loose that when they fall, they didn't break any bones.
Yeah, this
because like when you fall and you brace for impact, that's what actually fucks you up.
Yeah. There was a story of a guy that fell out of a plane and landed into a tree, and it was like fine.
That's crazy. That'd be amazing if you can fall out of a plane and like shoulder roll out of it.
I don't know.
Because people have fallen and like shoulder rolled out of the situation.
I know people have like fallen out of a plane, like and hit water and died, like just bam, dead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, hitting water is the same thing as hitting cement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those people that jump out of the plane that try to get the parachute, they have to have like some backup parachute.
No. The parachute.
Who does it?
There people in Brazil or wherever it is, or Africa. I don't know where the fuck it's at, but it's like in other countries, people actually do this.
What is it called, dude? I want to look it up.
It's like kamikaze something. Let's pause and look it up. Let's find it.
You know what I've been dreaming about is finding fucking gold, dude. I want to go gold hunting. All right, and we are back. So we ended up finding stuff about Mark Sutton. And
Mark Sutton was the body double, stunt double for James Bond.
During the Olympics. And basically he's a famous guy that parachutes and uses like the wingsuit or whatever. We've all seen the videos on YouTube. They're amazing where a dude jumps out in a wingsuit and he's like skimming through canyons and shit and over the ground.
Pretty awesome.
He was one of these guys, right? And he was legendary for it. And we actually saw a video of him landing without a parachute into a bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
And which was amazing.
What was it, 20,000 feet up? And he
like skimmed
jumped out of a helicopter 20,000 feet up with a wingsuit and fell into a bunch of boxes that fans had built for him. And he survived. But every video we found is Mark Sutton dies. And we'd watch the video, and he would, like, land the jump. And we're like, what the fuck? Maybe his name is Mark Dies, and his middle name's Sutton. No.
So we couldn't figure it out because we watched, like, 3 videos where we all thought he was going to die because the title of the YouTube videos were misleading, and they said Mark Sutton dies, and he didn't die in any of these videos. Finally, we clicked on the ABC one, and apparently the guy did friggin' die. So...
Yeah, I mean... I don't know, that dude's pretty awesome, but at the same time, you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. Eventually, that's going to catch up with you.
Yeah, I guess, but you're not supposed to be, like, fucking flying 50 miles down the road on wheels either.
Oh. Have you seen the video of the dude doing poetry, and he has severe OCD? And he talks about why his girlfriend broke up with him because he had OCD?
No.
It's awesome. Can we watch it real quick?
Okay. All right, so... It's poetry of a guy who has OCD, and it's really not supposed to be comedy. It's actually like a love story. And the thing is Blade has this amazing ability to find humor in people with disabilities. You do! You love retards. Like, I swear to God, like, you probably want... in your life to be best friends with people in wheelchairs so you can laugh all the time. Like, that's the way I think about you.
Not wheelchairs, but like, first off, everyone wants to be treated equal. That's like this myth, right? But this dude, he really likes this girl, but because of his OCD, because when he sees her, he has to kiss her 18 times, because when he goes to bed, he has to turn the light on and off fucking 20,000 times before it's right. OCD, the reason why people have to do things compulsively, and the reason why people have to do things like several times, or a lot of times when they say stuff like that, when they do stuff like that, they want to make sure that it's perfect. So they redo it over and over again until it's perfect. That's why they repeat themselves.
Yeah.
He's doing all these things, and she's like, calm the fuck down, dude. Like,
right.
You know, in the beginning, when it was like the honeymoon stage, she was like, that's so amazing that he wants to, you know, that he cares about me and he wants to kiss me 18 times and this and that. But then it gets to a point where it's just like, fucking, give me some space. I watched that, and I pretend like if this dude dated me, I'd be like, chill, bro. Just shut up and watch the movie.
You pretend if that dude dated you?
Well, I'm just saying, I put myself in the position of who he's, like, caring about. You know what I mean? Of, like, you may go, oh, that's horrible. And this is fucked up. This is super fucked up, but I'm going to ask you anyway, okay? If your life partner, right? If your life partner got into some horrible accident and lost all her limbs, and the rest of your life you have to take care of that person, what would you do? Take
care of that person?
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I know, but I know it sounds fucked up, but is that what life's supposed to be about? What if you know that person for a year, but now you have to spend the next 50 years of your life taking care of that person?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because even though, you know,
it depends. Like,
but you can't leave that person. If you leave that person, you're the world's biggest asshole.
Well, I have no problem with being the world's biggest assholes, but that's just like something I wouldn't do. I don't know. No one would do that. Like, who would do that? I don't know.
I mean, I would take care of him because I was with him and I loved him. But that imagine like facing the rest of your life knowing that this person that you used to love, now you have to wipe their ass when they take a shit and you have to, wheel them around and stuff. It's a fucked up situation, you know.
I don't know.
What if the woman of your life?
My best friend, that situation happened with his parents. So, like, I seen it firsthand, and.
But I think there's a difference between, like, supposedly the love of your life and the people that are unconditionally in love with you, i.e., your parents, anything related by blood, your parents or your kids or your brothers.
Well, yeah, you're always gonna have your family to take care of you, right?
Yeah.
Well, you should at least. But. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Now, okay, forget the physical problems. What if the love of your life got brain damage?
You probably, like, I don't know. Are they, like, in a coma? Or are they out of the coma?
They're not in a coma, but they pretty much just sit at the house and they're not themselves anymore.
Well, then that's a different story. Then they're gone.
Then they're gone?
If there's nothing left of them anymore, I mean, look, your brain is like a freaking computer, right?
Yeah.
If, like, people get brain damage, it's basically like half the computer has shut off. So, if it's apparent that they're conscious, but they don't remember who the fuck you are, then I think at that point, you still take care of them, but you would start dating someone else. You know what I mean? Because that person's pretty much dead. There is such a thing as, like, people no longer being there and, like, being dead but still alive, you know?
What about people that don't get brain damage, but people that for whatever reason, whether through a traumatic experience or whether through just being older, that they're not the same person that they met when they first met?
It's the same thing, I guess. That's why people break up, is because people that they were in love with change or whatever. I would say, like, there's been cases where, like, people, like, hit their head or something and they can't remember anything about their life. They still remember how to take a shower and, like, fucking put soap on and do dishes, but they don't remember, like, a part of their brain's affected where they don't remember who their family is, who their husband is, who their wife is, what their job is. They forget that type of shit. And the way I would look at that situation is that person died. You know what I mean? That's a new person.
Yeah. I mean, and so that's kind of the crazy thing. So, like, we're kind of laughing. I think people with disabilities are funny. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't like that. I wish I didn't find humor in it, but I do. And I know it sounds fucked up.
Wouldn't that be funny if you wanted to get out of a relationship so you fucking, like, fake that you fucking can't remember anything?
What?
What are they? Okay, you know how I was saying? What's the term of it? Amnesia or something like that?
Yeah, there's amnesia where you can't remember.
Right. What if you faked that injury to be like, I don't know who the fuck you are? Like, I faked like you bumped your head to
Get out of a relationship?
Yeah.
That's the most gangster thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
That is the coldest shit I've ever heard in my life. That's a movie I'd watch. So what you're saying is this dude is in a relationship that he doesn't think he can get out of. So he literally hits himself on the head and then acts like he doesn't know the bitch?
Yeah, he he plots it with a couple buddies to like go play hockey or something, right? He plots it with a couple buddies to go play hockey. He takes a fucking fall, hits his head, goes to the hospital, right? Tells the people he can't remember shit. Sees the girlfriend, starts pushing her away, like, "Who are you?" type of shit, right?
Dude, this happened in real life. You know that there was a dude that went to Afghanistan, like to the army, and when he went to the army, he basically was in a situation where he wanted to get away from his wife so bad that he faked his death and had the army send home a letter saying that he had died.
And they agreed to do it?
I don't know how I don't know how he swung it, but they did it. But now he's being brought up on charges because apparently he was living.
That's fucked up.
To fake a death or to fake an injury to get out of a relationship is crazy. Think about this. Why can't, like, a lot of people, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you know it's on the downcline and you know eventually you're going to break up, just break up. Get your exit strategy and break up. But a lot of times that's hard to do because there's living situations. Like, a lot of times people have kids with each other and, you know, I don't know. It's a shitty situation. But if you don't have kids and you guys don't live with each other, a breakup should be really easy. Hey, we don't feel each other anymore. Bye.
Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of psycho girlfriends that, like, would follow me or whatever after I broke up with them. And, like, that shit is annoying, but at the same time, it's kind of comical because you don't care about them anymore.
Yeah.
You're just like, fuck you.
And then also, people that act all psycho after a breakup, you acting psycho is not going to get that person back. This isn't the movies where like, oh, so you stood outside my door with a little boombox playing our first love song that we laid?
Yeah, that shit don't work.
That's stalker material. Why are stalkers so approved of in movies?
Well, because there is this weird thing that no one understands, right? And that's love. All right? It's this weird fucking thing. And people that get in love, like, your body releases some type of fucking chemical that gets you high as fuck, and you are not you anymore. You're functioning, like, on something else, and you're doing this weird shit that you know sensibly is wrong. Like, common sense is all shut down.
What did Modern Warfare Negro say?
He said, he wouldn't be associated with you. You're not on his level.
Is he talking in third person?
Yes.
Well, that guy's a winner.
Yeah. I just got done saying a bunch of nice shit about Modern Negro, and he responds, he wouldn't be associated with you. And that's why I like Modern Negro. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I don't know. He did one video that had me dying. He was talking about sneakerheads, right?
I mean, listen, you took that as like he was talking about Keemstar. Like, that motherfucker is racist. That's what you don't get. Like that.
No, I know he's racist. He's racist as a motherfucker. He's the most racist person I know.
That's not like a fuck you Keemstar. That's like a fuck you white dude.
So multiple levels, whatever.
Yeah, that's like, that dude is a racist black dude. That's why I love him.
He did this one video about sneakerheads, and he showed like footage from the news. And there's this one thing that had me dying. He showed footage of this dude that wanted a pair of sneakers so bad that he went into the mall at night, hid inside of a trash can, and stayed there all night so that when they opened up the mall in the morning, he was first in line.
Yeah, we talked about that on here.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that story. That's crazy. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the BadKidCast. We be out. Peace and Kazam.
Buck Grace.